Hey guys, my name is Ryan and welcome to Overwatch Central. So there's been a lot of sort of news, I suppose, and a lot of events and stuff happening recently. We had BlizzCon last month, Moira's Edition, Blizzard World on the PTR, and now we have the new event with Winter Wonderland. The issue with this time of year is that you can kind of see a lot of stuff coming. We knew that there was going to be a hero announced at BlizzCon, maybe a new map that would be teased around this time as well, but we also knew that we had the Halloween event that happened, the winter event that was coming up and stuff like that, and no doubt we will have the Year of the Dog event happening for the Chinese New Year early next year. Because of that, as I said, you can kind of see events coming and there's no real major surprises that are coming out. But something that actually went under the radar with all of the stuff that was happening with the event that we saw, Jeff Kaplan actually teased at a new hero and actually gave us a little bit more information, basically saying they're right under our nose. This came from a gaming festival in Bilbao, the Fun and Serious Game Festival, which actually sounds pretty cool, but he did want to talk about Moira to begin with, and nobody really expected Moira at all in some regards, but she was actually teased out in the Doomfist comic, and this is what Jeff Kaplan started talking about first. One of the things our fans are always curious to hear about is why we tease some heroes way early and why some heroes they just kind of come out and surprise us. I think Moira was more in that surprise everybody category. We were trying to subtly hint at her. She was in the Doomfist comic, and seeing how fans reacted onto everything back in the Sombra ARG days, they literally picked apart everything, so we thought they would pick up a lot more with Moira. And then he goes on to talk about Hero 27, and he just says, let's just leave it at that, a surprise that has perhaps been hinted at. So this basically means that Hero 27 in some context has been hinted at in the past. And this is the main thing, hinted at. Now I want to go over some of the more obvious options that Hero 27 could be, but ultimately I kind of want to go over the heroes that I don't think it will be, just because of this last little bit that Jeff Kaplan said. It's a hero that's been hinted at, so for me that means that it's not going to be like a main character, I suppose, that has been introduced a lot more. It'll probably be in the same vein as Moira was in the Doomfist comic, where it was just a character in the background, unmentioned by name perhaps. And because of that, I think it alienates the heroes that we have a little bit more information on, and the first I want to start with is Jug Queen. Jug Queen is a hero that a lot of players got very hyped about, expecting her to be the next hero, and whilst I do think we will see Jug Queen at some time in the future, I don't feel we'll be seeing her just yet. Not only that, you have two characters that are from the Junkertown area, two Aussie characters with Junkrat and Roadhog. Roadhog actually being New Zealand, but you catch my drift. And whilst there are a lot of characters that are from the same area, Hanzo and Genji, obviously, Farah and Anna, I do think having 3 Aussie Junkertown characters may be a little bit too much, but it may certainly be a thing in the future. Depends how Jug Queen wants to play. Another hero that I think this crosses off the list is Athena. Athena's a hero that we've spoken about quite a lot ever since the closed beta days of being a new hero. And I think as more time goes on, the less likely we are to see Athena jump into a body of her own and be a hero in herself, instead of just being a voiceover lady. And I think at this point, you can't really hint that Athena's going to be a hero. She is in the game, and she is a character that we all know and love at this point. And similar characters that come under this, I think, are Brigitte, Reinhardt's right-hand lady, that I know that a lot of players want to see into the game, but again, not really a hinted character. She is very much involved in the story. Maximilian, again, is a hero that I think a lot of players want to see in the game at some point, one of the big bads of Talon. And also Lynx as well. Lynx being the Omnic that joins Zarya trying to find Sombra. Again, these last 3 heroes I think we will see in the game at some point, but Hero 27 seems to be a little bit more discreet with how they were put into the game. Now I kind of want to list over some of the heroes as well. One of the main culprits I think that could be Hero 27 is actually Hammond. Hammond is a hero that I really disliked for a while because he seemed to have taken over the Overwatch internet for quite some time when Horizon Lunar Colony was added into the game. His name was mentioned on the map, basically saying that he had escaped, and he was also mentioned in a few emails as well. But that's the only mention that we had with Hammond. He's not appeared in any comics, he's not been mentioned by name in a voice line or anything like that. That was literally the only real hint that we saw of him, and I think because of that, he kind of fits into the criteria that we're looking for, which is a hero that has been mentioned or teased, but hasn't really come into the storyline, and they're not really being hinted at here. Another hero that has been teased at, unnamed at this point as well, is the Talon hero that we've seen in the background of Moira's origin story. Looks like a tanky fella or female, it's hard to say at this point. And really that's all we know about it. Nice little straightforward tease, could very well be the next hero, as it does look like Blizzard want to add a few more Talon heroes, or at least more bad guys into the story of Overwatch. And I think because of that, it could very well be likely that this hero could be hinted here. At the end of the day, Moira was hinted in Doomfist's comic, and Doomfist has been hinted all over the shop, so it could very well be that whoever Hero 27 is was hinted at in Hero 26's story, Moira's story, because Moira Hero 26 was hinted in Doomfist, Hero 25's origins, I suppose. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We also have the Spider Tank hero way back when people were thinking that it was a racer. 4chan teased that the newest hero would be this quadruped Omnic tank thing, so people glued onto this image that people saw and assumed that that would be Orisa. Jeff Kaplan then turned around and said it's not who you think it is, and players then went, oh, okay, it's somebody else. But that very much could be the hero next up. Everybody else in this picture we kind of know and love, but the Spider Tank is a hero that we haven't quite experienced at all, and could very well be a hero in the future. And another hero that I think is also worth highlighting that looks very, very likely is Liao. Liao is a hero that we've heard pretty much from the early days of Overwatch, one of the main founders and one of the main people involved in the game. Being mentioned by name, we don't know what she looks like, but could be possible that we may see this character in the future. Again, nice subtle hint, nothing else really mentioned, but very well could be one of the next heroes that we see. The next hero that I think is another good chance is Hakim. Hakim is a name that we've only seen in the comic to do with Anna, Reaper and Soldier that we saw way back when. And again, nice subtle hint, another bad guy that we may expect to see. And who knows, Hakim could be this teased talent hero that we were speaking about just before. We have no idea at this point. But these are just a few heroes that I think we could maybe see the main emphasis put on the likes of Jug Queen, Athena, Brigitte, Maximilian and Lynx. Not looking likely because they're not being hinted, they are established into the story and thus may not be a discreet thing that Blizzard are putting into it, if that makes sense. But I would very much like to see Hammond at this point. I think the hype might start to bring back for him almost a year later. But also heroes like Liao and Hakim, these are only heroes that we've heard by name. Being actually put into the story would be good. I think Blizzard went through this sort of element of this character's dead but they're not. The heroes like Anna, Doomfist coming back from being in jail, Sombra as well, nobody knew where she was. But now they might start dipping into characters again that they've established just a little bit before they put them into the game. But let me know who you think Hero 27 is going to be. What would you like to see in the game? I'd like to see another tank. We haven't had any defense heroes since the game has been launched and into the game, so that could be an option as well. Let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe if you want more videos like this, just speculating a little bit about who new heroes and new maps could be. But take care, we'll see you next time.